Buuza Kamisona.
The next question is from Mr. Joseph Nsubuga Patrick from Tanzania. This is from the East Africa. Welcome, Joseph Patrick. And your question is, limit to cars for a returning citizen. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Now, interesting, Joseph from Tanzania is asking about a returning citizen bringing a car back to Uganda. But also important to know that Tanzania and Uganda, we are all now under a common Customs Act. We call it East African Community Customs Management Act. So the same law that applies in Tanzania applies here in Uganda and all the other members of the East African community. And this is what the law says. It says for a returning citizen, yes, there is a limit on the number of cars you can bring in tax-free. And that limit is 1 car. That car must be a car for personal use. In other words, you cannot bring in a trailer. That would be a commercial vehicle. If you want to bring a trailer, you would have to pay taxes on it. But if you've been working abroad and you're returning as a citizen, not just for a visit, but to returning permanently, you're entitled to bringing in 1 car tax-free. The condition is that you should have owned that car for at least 12 months. So if you've been using a car abroad, it is registered in your names, and you have owned it for 12 months or more, you are free to return it back to the country of your residence tax-free. You will pay no tax. There is a process. You'll have to apply, bring evidence that you are returning, and bring evidence that the car is yours and you've owned it for at least 12 months. Then you'll get a red number plate, tax-free, and you'll drive it for the rest of its life.
Buuza Kamisona. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.